Hi, I'm Professor Larry Louie, and welcome to our class in budgeting and forecasting with Excel. We're going to spend about 3 weeks on this journey, and it's going to liken it to a Tour de France, where we're going to be sprinting sometimes, going up some tough mountains occasionally, but in the end, be very gratified with an accomplishment and hopefully some things that we could use throughout your career. What I'd like to cover in this intro video are first a little bit about my background. Some of you know me, so I'll be brief. Talk about our course, the topics, the objectives, our learning approach, and also the assignments for this course and grading. Then our schedule for our 3 weeks together, and finally what you need to do to prepare for our first class. My background is I'm a native San Franciscan, and on the upper left we have a picture of my first entrepreneurial endeavor. We were selling confetti to revelers on New Year's Eve in San Francisco's Chinatown. My partners were my cousin Ronnie and my little sister Pam, and we were being supervised by my mom and my uncle. And what I realized that day was, this business is easy. Entrepreneurship is easy. We had good profit margins, positive cash flow, no upset customers. We distributed cash to the partners at the end of the evening. There were no disputes. And I thought, business is pretty good. I've come to find out that it's not quite that easy through many, many years of highs and lows in business. From that point through my stay at Halt, and I started in 2010 when we opened the San Francisco campus, I was an undergrad at UC Berkeley studying accounting and finance. I then worked at KPMG on audit and their small business advisory practice. I went to Stanford to get my MBA, and then after that joined Bain & Company for about 3 years. And from that point on, I was in small and high growth businesses in real estate, software, and e-commerce. And we'll talk about those along the way in our class. But my stop at Halt has been a very gratifying one over the last 10 years or so. And the picture on the bottom right is Ivalio from Bulgaria. And he had this great phrase. He was always happy. And he says, things are always getting better and better. Or as he would say, better and better. I can't do my Bulgarian accent. And I think that's pretty inspirational for all of us, that if we seek to make every day better and better, whether that's for ourselves, our company, or our customers, that's a good outlook on life. So I've always kind of treasured this picture that came from Ivalio. Our course objectives are to prepare you for a meaningful role in the CFO's organization. And what that means is FP&A, which is the financial planning and analysis, is the analytical arm for the CFO. And they also serve other members of management in the company. Those could be executives, senior management, or even line managers inside of a company. We'll focus on a few of the key roles for the FP&A, namely operating budgets, capital or investment budgets, and financial forecasting. And we're going to use Excel, functions, and templates throughout this course and in your project. The course topics are FP&A, and then we'll use statistical and analytical tools. Then we'll look at master budgets and how profit can be used for planning. Capital and investment budgets for discretionary investments, and approaches to risk assessment and estimation. Our learning approach is to use the flipped classroom. That's where all the lectures are done before class, and so that you're enabled in class to work with problems and try different approaches and have discussions. So this makes it very important for you to watch all the videos before class. Otherwise, you'll be lost. I don't do long lectures inside classes. We want to use that time for working with the material and understanding how the materials work, what are some of the strengths and weaknesses of different techniques, and hopefully that's more enjoyable and longer standing in your memory. After class, there'll be homework that validate that you learned what we just covered in class. So that's our cycle. Watch the videos, come to class to work with the material and the concepts, then after class do homework that confirm to you and me that the material has sunken into your long-term memory. We hope it's long-term memory. The assessments will be 20% on homework, and those are due weekly, although I suggest you do them immediately after class. Then we have team project, which is utilizing some of the skills that we learn in Excel and financial analysis on a company of your choosing. And then a final assessment, which is a take-home summative assessment that is due at the end of class. The class schedule is as follows. We're going to have our first meeting on May 19th, and we'll go through chapters 1 and 7, and we'll go through a mini case on Best Buy. Then we're going to jump into financial analysis in session 2. Then the following week, we meet every day, covering some statistical and business analysis using some Excel tools there. Then operating budgets and capital budgets in the second week work together. The third week, we'll cover financial projections, the valuation drivers, and different metrics for performance measurement. And you'll see that we have 3 homework due dates that basically follow the class schedule for weeks 1, 2, and 3. I don't suggest that you wait to the last day to do the homework because it's a lot better for our learning that you go to class, you come back, do the homework, and if you don't finish it, that's fine, but do as far as you can, and then watch the videos for the next day and kind of rinse and repeat throughout this course. And the team project is due on Saturday, June 5th, and the summative is due on Sunday, June 6th. All right, so that's our class schedule. Preparation for the first class. First, you must watch the videos. Again, otherwise you'll be lost. We'll be covering chapters 1 and 7, and it's about an hour and a half total of videos between the intro and the chapters. Then there's a mini case on Best Buy. It's approximately 10 pages of reading between the 4 pages of the mini case and the links and the different press releases that are in that document. And that's going to be important for our first discussion class. Our classes are brief. They're 2 hours. So we want to get in, kind of dig into the material, extract some learning from that experience, and then move on, right? So please come ready for class by watching videos and reading the mini case. The book that we will be using is not a traditional textbook. It's actually more of a handbook, and it's called Financial Planning and Analysis and Performance Management by Jack Alexander. And it's a good book that is designed for practitioners in FP&A. And I think it's a good book to transition you from an academic setting to one of a professional setting. The book itself is not expensive. It's $56, strangely, for both the hardcover or the ebook. So depending on your preference, it's the same price. The other recommendation I'd like you to start thinking about before we start the class is who would you like to work with, and who could be the team. And we allow you to select your own team and pick your company. Now, some of you may be from other campuses and are unfamiliar with who you're going to be in class with in this elective. So I've set up a Google spreadsheet that has you put your name, a little bit about your background and where you are. So you can then select among people with like interests or like backgrounds and have that done. And we'll then work with those teams. We're not going to select teams for you. Hopefully you'll scramble and not just work with all the same people you know, but that is entirely up to you. And that's it for your preparation. So videos, 1 mini case, buy the book so that has time to get to you in physical form if you want, and then start thinking about what company and what teammates you'd like to work with for this class. Now, you know we're set up for hybrid. The left side is very familiar to you now, much more so than a year ago. But the thing on the right, if you don't recognize it, is a classroom. Oh yeah, how old-fashioned. We are set up to do the hybrid where we'll have in-class option, or if you want to join by Zoom, you can continue to do so. But I hope to have you come to campus first, just so you can experience a little bit about our beautiful campus and to meet people and work in a physical space together. Seems like such a long time ago, but I hope you, if you can, come join us in the classroom. So let's get started with stage 1. I guess that's Tour de France language. Let's get started with session number 1. Get prepared, get ready, get some rest, get ready to go, and I look forward to seeing you. All right? So bye, and see you in a few weeks.